Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to walk you through what a workflow is and how to create one. So let's jump right into it. So I'm going to go over to my settings in the bottom left and then go over to my email settings. And then from here I can configure my sender name for the email. And if I am on a paid version, you will see some other options for MailChimp where you can create the sender name as well as Twilio. So if I go back to workflow, essentially what a workflow is a trigger event. So if I go to the top right to create a new workflow, you can see we can name the workflow. So for this example, we're just going to do test, and then we have two options. When this happens, do this. And then when you select these, you can see a number of different boxes that you can select. So for example, new booking, we're going to do this. And for this example, you can see we have SMS, MailChimp, send email, as well as set booking status. For this example, we're just going to send an email. So when a new booking happens, we are going to send them an email. So I'm going to go ahead and click create in the bottom right. And then from here, I can configure the actual email. So if I go to setup, you can see it's going to give me a to, a subject, and a body for the email. So for the to, if I go ahead and click this, I can just do customer email, and this is going to send to that customer that made that appointment. And then for subject, if you go to the subject, you can just create this as whatever you want, or you can go to this right little price tag. And then this is going to give you a list of shortcodes. So in here, what these are essentially, if I'll show you guys a very simple example. If I do appointment ID, let's do start date, and then do end date. So this might look a little wacky on your end, but what your customer is going to see is appointment 123, start date, let's say December 1st to December 2nd. And then you can also see for your body, for example, let's say we want to configure an email that says, hey, starts in, and then we go over to our keywords. And then we have start date time. And then we can also have an option. Let's say we want to send them the link to the Zoom meeting. We can send them the meeting as well as the password. And there's tons of different options in here. You can see if you mess with it for yourself, you can send them the Google Calendar stuff. There's a million different things you can do in here. And then moving on to save and test, I can actually send this to myself to make sure that it is working. So for example, I'm going to send this to our email. And then inside our email, you can see that the email did actually send. So the shortcodes aren't actually going to display any of those numbers in the examples that I gave you because there's no appointment ID detected for that code, and there's no appointment detected. So it's just going to send like this. But to your customers, it will look like appointment 123, like that example that I gave you prior. So if you want to mess with it yourself, you can just create a booking on your own panel. That sums about everything up. Thank you guys for watching.